Hey everyone, this is Edwin Rivera with the Millennial Realtors, and today we have a special guest, Raul Oseguera. Hey Raul, how you doing?
Pretty good in yourself.
Really good, thank God. Getting ready for the
Awesome.
game, so 5 p.m. So we have to
Yeah.
do this video quick and fast because in
Let's
less
do
than
it.
30 minutes, we're gonna see the Dodgers game tonight. And I know a lot of the audience might be like at 5:30 p.m. I'm gonna tune it off and go straight to the game.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's they want to watch the Dodgers win today and hopefully win the World Series again. Three-peat. Three-peat.
That's the goal, back to back to back three
To
times. So hopefully,
back.
good luck to the Dodgers.
Yes,
Hopefully,
sir.
they start, the season on the right foot. So yeah. So good luck to them.
Yes.
Well, I don't think they need luck. They're an amazing team. I will tell you that much.
Well, they have good skills. They have a lot of great players. So hopefully they're not they won't be needing luck. They're just gonna win based on skill and
Yeah,
hard work and heart. A lot of teams have good players, but they don't have the heart. So that's what we
that
need.
that's true. So today topic is a good one, and the reason I brought you in today, Raul, because to me, you the number one lender that I know when it comes to non-traditional loans. A lot of in real estate we know it as non-QM. So technically, what it is those type of loans that are outside the box. They're not the traditional loans where they ask the 2-year taxes in order for you to do the loans. And by the way, congratulations to yourself and myself. We were able to help one family today buy with non-QM loans, and we're going to be
Correct.
talking more about her in a little bit more in just few more minutes. But yeah, what is exactly non-QM loans, and what are the benefits before we can talk program after program?
So let me give you a little bit of background into me. I'm Raul Seguer. I've been doing this for 30 years. And I like to think that I'm not number one, not only in DSCR or non-traditional loans, but over traditional financing, down payment assistance. So got to put that out there.
There you go.
I'm one of the first lenders to be promoting non-QM loans. They started like around 4 or 5 years ago, and ever since I've been talking about these loans, and everybody caught on to this loan. So thank God, because it allows for people that normally wouldn't qualify to be able to qualify and get a home, whether it's the first home or second home. So I'm glad that this type of a program is very being very successful, and Wall Street's liking the performance of these loans. So, anyways, non-QM, it's non-qualified mortgages. So basically, you have traditional financing, which is agency loans, which is Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, FHA. Then you have non-QM, and then you have hard money loans. So it's right in the middle. But nowadays, yeah, it's interesting that because they're performing so well, the rates are so good that some people that want to buy, like just to give you an example, that want to buy an investment with traditional financing, um, they if you do a DSCR loan for investments, you practically get the same rate. So the rates are pretty aggressive. So that's why a lot of people are gravitating to this type of loan. And the reason why this loans came about is basically for those people that don't report their income on their taxes. They don't want to pay Uncle Sam, so their tax returns show low income. And the majority of those people are what? Self-employed people. Truckers, restaurant owners. Truckers are what, 1099. So, and again, they don't want to report a lot of money on their tax return, so they were not able to buy. So, some of the programs that we have as non-QM loans are, and I'll go in not in order of importance, but just to give you an idea, 1099. A 1099 is basically uh, the employer will give you a 1099 because they're not deducting any of your expenses, and it's up to you to do it. So you're able to buy with that type of loan with your 1099. You have a bank statement program
Okay,
where
sorry to interrupt you, Raul. So 1099. So 1099, what type of people usually 1099? Like truck drivers,
truck
construction
drivers,
workers.
construction realtors like you, Lenders like me, those are 1099 because any person
Self-employed.
that is, yeah, basically, a 1099 is considered an independent contractor. So
Okay,
those are the people. Anybody that gets a 1099 is able to qualify with this type of loan.
perfect. So technically, the people who are 1099, we don't they don't deduct taxes right away every month. So
Mhm.
by the end of the year, depending how you report the taxes is depending how much you're gonna pay on taxes.
Correct.
And so from what we know is a lot of people sometimes they put a lot of expenses and that can affect them on a traditional type of loans. But with these type of loans that you're gonna talk about, there's different options that they're gonna have in order to buy a home without, like without it showing any type of taxes, correct?
Correct. Correct. And that's the go around of not doing your, well, you're gonna do your taxes, but not reporting everything you actually make. You know what I'm saying? So those are, loans that kind of help and not doing that. So anyways, a 1099 and any independent contractor. Then we have a bank statement program. A bank statement program is that person who gets paid cash, deposits that money into their bank accounts. And what we do in this particular case, we could use 1 year, 2 year, but let's, for the sake of argument, 1 year. We use the average of the deposits for the last 12 months, and that basically becomes their income. So again, those are for people. A lot of them are, let's say, restaurant owners. They have a good deposits, and now they're able to buy. And
Okay,
so and the programs are actually, the rates are also very competitive. The minimum for something like that would be 10% down. So it's a good program. It's good rates, and it allows for people to get their dream home.
perfect. So technically, if you bank statement program, how many months do you guys need? You need 2 months, 3 months, 12 months. How
12
many
months.
months do you need?
12 months.
12 months. Okay. Second question, do they need to have a corporation or if they're self-employed like construction, they just have a taquero business is and they've been
Either
getting
way,
those.
it could be under a corporation, or it could be under the name. So if they have a corporation, they could use the bank statements for the corporation, and we use that to qualify them. In some cases, we'll use the corporate accounts, the corporate bank statements, and their personal and combine the income. Some people move their money around. Some will deposit into the corporation, and then into the personal as well.
And so I know people will ask this question, is the rate fixed or is variable? Meaning is it gonna go up and down or is fixed for 30 years?
Fixed. The products that we're offering, they're 30-year fix.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, so it's a good. It's not like back in the days where 80/20s, 2 year fix, 3 year fix. No, these are they're fixed for 30 years.
Perfect. Now we have a someone that we just closed today, by the way. So we're gonna be giving them the keys of their home soon. So this one we did a DSCR.
So
Can you
what
say
is a
more about that specific
DSCR?
program?
Yeah, so what is a DSCR? A DSCR is a debt service coverage ratio, and basically, it's for investors. Anybody that's looking for a property as an investment, we do not require any sort of income, and for that matter, we don't put any employment on the application on the 1003. The application is known as a 1003. We don't put any income information, and it's just based on the rent percentage of the property. So it goes against the actual mortgage payment. In this particular case, we had this loan with another loan officer who couldn't perform. He Edwin thought of us, and we were able to save the loan. It took a little bit of, making sure that the way that service ratio works is that the payment's got to be a certain percentage in order for the client to have a certain payment to be able to qualify, and that's what we did here. We structured in a way where the client would be able to qualify, and like you said, we just closed it. Another good example is, we had another person who had an actual property, and they went with another bank, couldn't get it closed, and we pulled a credit. I'm sorry, line of credit against their first mortgage, and they pulled $250,000. Use that to buy the property they want, their dream home, well, a property that eventually they were going to move into maybe in a year or so, and then be able to move in. And that money we got from the HELOC, they put it down with DSCR, and now they qualified. So
Wow.
different ways of strategizing and making making it possible for people to buy properties that they really want.
And this is the beauty of that specific program, because a lot of people think, hey, I'm gonna buy with those loans, but I'm gonna get a super, super high rate. I'm probably gonna be getting an 8%, 10% rate. And I think that's a myth that a lot of people, like for example, with the client that we're gonna give them keys soon, that we were able to close today, they were able to lock the rate on the 6%. So that's super good rate, and without paying any type of points on that loan, like to lower the rate. Okay. And also this program, we just you using it to one of the referrals we passed to you for a refinance. So we have a client that they own a duplex, they want to repeat that, buy another property, so they using the DSCR, no taxes, no bank statements, nothing like that. And they're using the DSCR not only to lower the rate on the house on the investment that they have, but they're also going to be pulling a good amount of money in order to buy another set of units. So
So,
they,
so, so I'll give you a good example. I'm gonna use myself an example. I bought 6 units. Obviously, 6 units. It's more not a little bit more expensive because now we're talking about commercial loan, right? What I did on one of my properties, I pulled a DSCR, was able to get enough money to buy the other property cash, but I utilized one property that I had. So, is this different ways to strategize and how to buy more properties? The goal here is to grow your rent portfolio, right? The reason why you buy a investment property is to rent it out and get some income, residual income from the investment property. So those are things that you're able to do. If you have investment properties, you're able to grow your portfolio by tapping into a DSCR. Now, depending on the type of loan that what not the type of loan, but I'll give you a good example. Recently, one of my realtor friends was able to refinance a 3 unit property at a 5.99. That is,
what?
yeah. But the only thing with it was that he got a 3 year prepayment penalty, which is still not bad. A 5.99 on an investment property with a 3 year prepay, that's not bad. Normally, all the SCRs have a 1 year prepay. The rate is a little bit higher, but when you take a longer prepay, then your rate's a little bit lower. So that's one of the things we like to educate clients on and show them the difference. Like earlier today, a realtor was asking me about a scenario, and I go, in order for me to be accurate, is gotta have the client here first and tell them exactly what they want. Because if they want a 1 year prepay, then the rate will be here. If they want a 3 year, then I could possibly work it out. So those are the difference, in making things happen.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
5.99,
yeah, that
even
was
lowest than a traditional conventional loan.
yes, sir.
And that, trust me when I tell you this, when I tell people, hey, we have programs that we can help you buy a home if you don't report your taxes correctly or
Yeah,
something, they're like, no, but I'm gonna be paying 2%. So that 5.99 is an amazing rate in my opinion,
yes,
and not showing any taxes, not showing any major type of documents. It's a
correct.
huge benefit. And one benefit that also when you're buying an investment property through DSCR specifically, I believe you can. The title can go under a corporation or LLC, correct?
All- Yes, all the DSCRs, if you already have a corporation, you could use your corporation. It could be under your corporation. And the reason why you want to have a corporation is for asset protection. You always want to protect your asset being your property. So, and that's the reason that you want to go with a corporation, just to have a little bit more tiers of protection in case of a lawsuit or what have you. So yeah,
Okay.
that's very important. And then one of the things is too, like a lot of people that bought 5 years ago, they owner occupied, they have very low rates. They don't want to tap into them. They get a HELOC, they use that HELOC, and getting a 20-25% down and buy an investment property. And that's what I see a lot of people doing right now. They're just pulling a line of credit to buy their investment property because they realize, hey, if I'll basically qualify. And there's even loans for HELOCs that you could close in 5 days. 5 days HELOC to get your money. The one loan that I saved that we pulled the HELOC, we got their money in 5 days. Again, I was thinking outside the box. The person got their HELOC and saved their loan because it was falling out of escrow. But 5 days, right? And basically, what the banks are asking for on HELOCs is just certain information. If you have a great FICO score and there's people that live in your house, they're not necessarily going to be part of the HELOC loan, but that's additional income. They use that, and you're able to qualify for a HELOC. So, yeah, right now there's a lot of flexibility in financing, and people got to take advantage of it. I tell people this, and when I give presentations in front of offices, I tell people that if a buyer has the want to buy, there's basically products out there, you know,
Yes.
provided, I mean, there's the down payment assistance, there's not for self-employed people, for ITIN people. We here at the mortgage professionals, we do ITIN with 15%, and we're able to close them very fast. 15% bank combined with bank statement. I had people that ITIN, and when you see people that work hard that are immigrants, because basically your ITIN people are people that are not legally in the country, right? But they're able to buy, and when they're making over $1 million, you're like proud because those people are working hard. They have their companies, and they're making a lot of money. So they're able. The last couple of that I've helped, one bought a house for 1.5, putting 15% down. Bank statements were, income was really really good, and they bought the dream home. So I think people, right? We have P&L, profit and loss. People that do not put all their money into the bank statements, we get a P&L from their tax preparer. So in this case, it's got to be a certified person, not any tax guy could give you a P&L. We have asset utilization.
Okay. Wait, wait, wait,
Basically,
wait, wait, wait. Before you jump to that one, P&L. That's a big one, by the way.
you give me half
Profit
an
and
hour
loss.
to go over the programs because people are going to go watch their games.
No, we need a second show for this in
Oh,
order
okay,
to
okay,
talk about all the details.
okay.
But profit and loss. So truck drivers, if you're a truck driver, this program is for you. Profit and loss. So profit and loss is you letting you know, hey, this is how much money I got, and this is how money I spend on my business. So that's a profit and loss, right? So
Correct.
they don't need to show taxes. All they need is the CPA or the person who prepared the taxes, who's licensed, by the way, to provide
Correct.
a profit and loss. And with that, you
Correct.
guys can do the loan. Now, usually, what is the down payment on the profit and loss program?
They're looking above 15%.
Okay,
Yeah, because
15% down payment
it's
on the profit and loss.
a riskier loan. Yeah, it's a riskier loan. Is basically they're just saying that X amount of income versus expenses, and this is your net profit. In some cases, you're able to combine a 3 months bank statement with a profit and loss. 3 months bank statement
Okay.
with profit and loss. So that program's available as well. And again, these are for people that, oh, I don't put all my money into my bank account. There's a lot of businesses out there that just work with cash. So when they work with cash only, then they're not using their banks to deposit their money. So now you have profit and loss. And then you have people that just have money in their accounts, and that's called asset utilization. You use a percentage of whatever money you have in the bank as income, and you're able to buy with that.
So
One
there's
of,
a
one of my,
lot of programs available.
yeah, a lot of programs available. And then you have
Okay.
your VOE. You have your conventional VOEs, verification of employment. This type of loan with us, it's 15%. It's just that the client it's just verification. You have the employer verifying the income. Some people get paid cash through certain employers. Like I just got one right now where actually it's for one of my rental properties. The renter is getting paid cash, but works for a big company, and now he does his cash. Now, if you had a lot of money saved up, you could probably buy with asset utilization. So, but you get
Hey,
those type of people.
put them in contact with me. I can help him find a new
Wow,
house
when they're
for them.
ready to buy, I'll refer them to you.
There you
So
go.
you have all those
Perfect.
programs combined that allow for people to be able to buy into this market, and it's just putting them with the right lender, guys. You'll be surprised how many lenders out there do not know how to structure loans. As for me, the easiest loan is the DSCR. Yet there's lenders out there that do not have a clue on a loan like this together.
For
Yeah,
you, for
so
you, it's like
it's
bread
just
and
it's a
butter.
real, yeah, correct.
Perfect.
Bread
Now,
and
if they have a
butter.
question, if they have a question, Raul, what they can call to ask more questions about scenarios or just create a plan, because a lot of people think, oh, if I call them, I need to buy a house. But sometimes
Yeah,
we can set up an appointment just to create a strategy for the client so they know where they are right now, what they need to do, either on which program will be best for them or the credit gonna need in order to buy a house. But what is the best number where they can call?
my number is 562-665-4132. And what I like
Four
to
one
be for
three two.
4132. Once again, 562-665-4132. What I like to be for, the thing that I like to say that I want to be for people is I want to be a resource. I bet I want to be a resource, and sometimes not so much doing the loan, guide people into preparing themselves to buy in the future. That's good enough for me. Often when clients come with their kids, I like to talk to the younger crowd and say, you gotta buy when you're young, and give my life story, because I want to inspire people, especially the younger people, because a lot of them waste their money on stuff that it's no good. You know, if they start investing right now, when they're in their 50s and 60s, they could retire and enjoy life.
I
But
remember
it's
you
gotta
told me
be
something years
that.
ago. By the way, now that you mentioned that, I think we've been working together already like almost 10 years, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yes.
And I remember you told me, I was younger at that time. You told me, hey, like, make sure when you buy properties, you buy investment properties, because that will determine the type of retirement that you want for your family, for your kids. That will also help you a lot when you kids want to go to college. If you have a few properties, you can sell one of those and you can tell them, yes, you can go to
Yeah.
any school you want. So yeah, that
Yes.
always stick on my head. And the same advice we give to our clients, like make sure,
Correct.
don't stay with one property. If you have equity, use one of these programs in order to buy another home without using your money from your bank account, from your pocket. You can move it from your equity to another property and start creating wealth for your family.
Yeah, and yeah, and that's exactly the reason why I started buying rental properties, because when my kids, I figure I'm gonna put my kids through college, and I'm proud to say that I put one through USC, I have one at NYU, Oregon, and one of them is going to Columbia Law. So Columbia Law is number 5 in the nation for law. So and all that was through the rental. So for people out there that want big goals for your kids, you're always able
Uh,
to buy rents right now and use the rents to pay for your kids' tuition. So that for me that was very important. That was the reason why I ended up buying rental property.
yeah, and I see it with my own eyes. All you kids, all of them, except for the little one because he's still in middle school or high school. All of them
Yeah,
are in the university or graduates from a good universities. So
correct.
I'm proud of that as well. But
Thank
thank you,
you.
Raul, for being today on today's show. Hopefully, we can see you again. I know you have a lot of knowledge. I would love for people to hear your story. How you started buying multi units, because you own a lot of multi units, and you didn't came from a rich family at all. So hopefully, in another time, we can have you in the show again, so that way you can
For
tell
sure.
us your story. You can give us all those good advices, so people can start with something so little, but eventually they can obtain a lot of properties.
I'll be glad to share with you guys. I'm here for
Thank you,
whatever you
Raul.
guys need. I'm here to help you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, and
Thank you
have an
guys.
amazing day.
Go Dodgers!
Go Dodgers. Yes.